So Anita, today we're tackling a kitchen. That's a pretty big job.
It's a huge job, and the kitchen is one of the busiest places in the home. Today, I'm going to show anyone how they can have an organised and functional kitchen in a couple of easy steps.
At the moment, this kitchen is actually pretty empty.
You know why? Today is the day these owners are moving in. So what better opportunity to set them up for success from the beginning? Trick is, do it once, do it right, and you won't look back.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's tackle the pantry first.
So what are we going to do to get this pantry organised?
Okay, as you can see, we have a couple of key issues straight away. We have some very narrow shelves and some very deep shelves. Something else I see here is these shelves are not adjustable, so we have to work with the height. So the first thing we're going to do in this pantry is utilise the top shelf. We're using the Mimi organisers. I've labelled them properly, and these are for things that you don't use as often, like partyware, coffee pods and baking. The best thing about these Mimi organisers is it has these great handles to let you push everything in and pull it out so safely. A great tip I'm going to give you is to sort everything into like items. That way you'll never double up on buying your groceries again. Like I've done here, we've got rice and couscous and we have our pasta. Simple as that. In every pantry, you're going to have one of these really awkward areas. The best way to overcome this is to use a twin turntable, and look at this, it spins so nicely. These handy shelves are going to save you when you have a really narrow space. You just put them in like this. Look how beautifully they fit, and then you sit your cans on top, and voila.
I've noticed you've used a lot of these decor containers, all different colours. What's so good about them?
Okay, so they're called decor matchups. One of the best things about them are they are colour coordinated, so you can never make a mess of your lids and your bottoms ever again. As well as you've got this little area that you press down for an airtight seal. Everything stays fresher for longer.
Which is perfect for things like flour, sugar,
almonds and rice.
But there are still some empty spaces. Do we have anything left to go in here?
Yes, we're going to put those things that we want out of the reach of children, like alcohol and stuff like that. The bottom area I think is best to keep for big bottles of water or things that if they do fall off or fall down, they're not going to hurt anyone.
Incredible job. It looks so organised in here, but I've got to admit that it doesn't look like a normal amount of food for a family home.
There is over 500 items in this pantry, and just because the space is here doesn't mean we need to fill it up. Just have it organised, just have it beautiful and have it clean.
So now onto the cooking area, and this can get very messy and very cluttered very easily.
And the most important thing with your cooking area is you want to free up your bench space so you can work safely and organised. So a really good trick to do with your spices is why not use something that's already in the kitchen, your drawers. So I'm going to use a Made Smart spice drawer organiser. Most importantly with this is that you measure up your drawer so you buy the right item. So we're going to get our spices one by one and place them in nicely.
Now, do you put your spices in alphabetical order?
Yes, I do, because I love to cook, and if everything's organised, cooking is so much more fun. Take a look at this. This is our utensil drawer.
Watch your fingers.
Careful,
Nice.
you've really got to be careful with this. It's really important to have a utensil drawer organised. You want to make it safe and functional at the same time.
I find that often when you put things back in here, you can't close the door.
Look, things just get jammed. You
Yeah.
can't even, and you want to make it really nice and smooth. I have got the best thing and I use it in every single kitchen. It's called a dream drawer divider, and it's going to make this drawer a dream. The great thing about the dream drawer dividers is that they are spring-loaded so they fit any drawer.
Oh, and you can choose where they go.
You can choose if you want to put them across, if you want to put them this way, and they work on the tension of the drawer.
Okay, something tells me we're going to have to declutter before we go putting anything back in here.
100%. I've sorted everything here, very important. I put all the sharp items together, but we are getting rid of the salad servers. They have no place in an area like this. This is a cooking area, not a serving area.
Okay, good point.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got these dream drawer dividers. We're going to slot them in as so.
So it's entirely up to you where you position them.
Yeah, and the whole thing is look how nicely they fit, and once they get in, you can still adjust them according to your utensils. So now we've got our wooden spoons we're going to put up at the end. The middle, we've got our cooking utensils, and then all the sharp items down the side. One of the first issues I saw when I came into this kitchen was that there was no bin, but not only that, there was no place to put a bin. So I put my thinking cap on, came around and looked at this area and found this awesome cupboard that we're going to use to install a bin. Every kitchen needs a great bin area. So you want to find a space that's near the dishwasher and near the sink so you can scrape off everything really easily. With this cupboard, I'm actually going to remove this shelf. I'm going to bring in a simple human bin from Howard Storage World. But not only that, I'm installing a storage area for our plastic bags and garbage bags.
So you're going to turn this nothing cupboard into a really organised rubbish zone.
Something functional, something organised, and something that is going to stand the test of time. So what we have here is a simple human 35-litre bin. It is fantastic and it makes great use out of this space. And look how nicely it glides in and out.
Oh wow, and you've got 2 bins.
2 bins, of course, war and waste, we've got to keep mind of that. So we've got one for recycling and one for your normal everyday rubbish.
Okay, how are we going to install this?
Okay, watch this. So what we do is we're just going to put this in here. Most importantly, when you're installing one of these bins, is make sure that you don't leave it at the edge because you won't be able to close your door. Measure properly. Measure twice, drill once, and you can never go wrong. How good is this? Look how nice it glides in and out.
That is brilliant. But we do have a lot of extra space in here now. What are we going to use that for?
Okay, so with that shelf that I removed before, I'm going to reinstall it much higher so we have a place to store all our garbage bags. But the best thing about this is I'm going to install your plastic bag organiser on the door. This is actually a really simple way to install. It's just got adhesive on the back, a double-sided tape, which will hold the plastic bags nice and firm here.
So no drill, no extra handiwork.
Bit more simple. Finally, the last piece of what I'm going to add in here is going to be an Amelie pull-out organiser. It's going to house all the bin liners and paper bags, and it will avoid anything falling to the back of this cupboard. Good job. This is our everyday cupboard. We put things in here like our Nespresso machine, our kettle, things we use every single day. So for this cupboard, as you can see, it's a bit deep and it's a bit hard to see what's in the back here. So to make life a little easier, I've got this Made Smart 3-step organiser. And as you can see, it expands all the way. So we use the best space of this area.
Okay.
Now, with the 3 steps, because we're going to have everything on 1, 2, or 3 steps, nothing will fall behind. We won't be doubling up again, and everything is going to look great. I've included our vitamins in here because it's our everyday area and you can't miss them if they're here.
Okay, so we've got 2 more shelves. What's going to happen up there?
Okay, we are actually going to use these areas for our medicines.
So we've got quite a lot of everyday meds here, but you have separated them into like items, which is, it's good, it makes it much clearer.
So I've done it as an adult meds, a creams and ointments, cold and flu, kids meds, sun protection and first aid. And most importantly, I used a Marie basket. The best thing about this is that obviously they're well ventilated, they're clear, but they have this great handle, so when you're putting things up high, you can reach them really easily. To finish off this area, I'm going to use Zac containers. They're clear and they're airtight, and they're going to keep the tea, the coffee and the sugar so incredibly fresh. And the best thing about them is they don't take up any space at all and stack up on top of each other.
And we're done. Looks brilliant.
We are done.